All right, well, we got the benches and the new bases down into the basement, and let's take a look here. So this kind of gives you an idea of what I'm trying to get at. This is the across the street part of here. Now these are all on wheels, so we'll be able to push them aside so you can go in and out, and look up the center. This gets moved over towards the wall a little bit, so there will be a corridor between the two sides, and then when I want to, for pictures or whatever, I can push them together and then enjoy that, and then bring them apart to work on things, or want to look at stuff in more detail kind of stuff. But we got the basic layout set up here. Cut the curb sections of the hardboard. They're just laying on here for now. They've got a lot of work to do before I glue them down. We're going to have an alley going up the center here. And this is like the downtown section here. This is going to be, much like this. Heavily influenced by like Van Nuys Boulevard in Los Angeles, that kind of stuff. So that's the downtown. That's gonna go all the way down on these two sections. Originally, I was gonna stop it over by where the Texaco station is, but I'm gonna continue on with a little bit, one more block of it. So this is several streets here. We have now, if you know my diorama, I got the main street and then a couple side streets, and that's pretty much it. Got a couple alleys here and there, but this is actually going to have a street on this side too, all the way down. So that doubles the frontage and also doubles the amount of buildings I'm going to have to build to cover it. But I'm up to the challenge. We're probably looking at, oh my gosh, maybe 50, 60 buildings possibly by the time I'm all done with these two sections. Here's the extension of Sheridan Street here. I don't know what we're going to call this Second Street for now. It may be one of the streets that I sell the naming rights for eventually. I don't know. Make a few bucks on Patreon that way. I got the other street here. This is just basically laid out here. Now I decided to do another street here because over here, this section is going to have the shopping center, which is going to have the grocery store, the drug store. It's going to be, your typical suburban style shopping center, and that should cover the entire 8-foot section. Then we're going to have two more sections on this side yet to fill this area, but these are going to be a little narrower. They're going to be, 8 foot long, but they're going to be 3 feet because I got to jog a little bit to make sure I can get around the stairs and still have enough room up the middle for people to get in and out without bumping elbows up onto the diorama. Because, I got to have it set up for people to see it. Another thing I'm going to be doing soon is I'm going to paint this back wall. I'm going to take these tarps down, these curtains. And I'm going to paint the wall. I'm going to put a profile on it and of like a silhouette of a city skyline kind of thing. Now here's the next section I'll be actually working on. So this makes this 40 feet long, and this is going to be the section that the truck stop is, the one that I mentioned in the last video that I'm starting to do the design for. So this is going to be here. I did actually mess up on this. I might have to do a little recut on this because originally I was going to have a curb on this side. But I don't know. Well, we'll see. I did mess up a little bit, but not a big deal. I mean, I can always cut a strip off of here, however big, and put it over here and just move the road over. Because I did want to have the complete intersection in here. So I'll probably end up doing that. I'll probably end up trimming this off and then just sliding that over and making another road that way. But this is the corner where the truck stop's going to be, and there's one of the DCP trucks. That kind of gives you a idea of the scale of the lot that I'm working with. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, the truck stop is about 2 feet by 2 feet. In fact, it's actually 2 feet by just under 2 feet. So that's going to take up a lot of space. You think about 2 feet. You bear with me for a moment here. I'm going to just set the camera down if you guys don't mind. So this is just, I'm just getting something out. There's nothing wrong with the video here. I just wanted to show what we're working with on space here. Okay, now I got that. All right, so we're back. Sorry about that. So, okay, so here I set up, this is 4 feet, which is half of this section, basically. So if we're talking 2 feet for the building, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have at least a foot setback. So we're talking, yeah, because I want to have enough room for trucks to get in and out of the garage with any problem, not any problem. So we're probably going to put it about here. So we're looking at about there to the edge of the building. So that's quite a bit. That takes up a bit of that 4 feet. And then we're going to have parking on the side, truck parking. So we're going to bring that out, you know, and have the trucks parking out here. Here, let me bring this back a little bit here. I could just bring it back a whole lot. Anyways, you guys get the picture. So the truck stops go in here. I'm going to put 2 motels lengthwise, one over here, one over here, and probably that's going to be about all I'm going to be able to fit on there. One of my viewers, one of the subscribers came up with a suggestion, and I wish I could remember the guy's name, something Macaroni. You'll know who I'm talking about. I know there was macaroni in the name somewhere. I'm horrible with names, so forgive me. I'll try to remember but anyways, he had a great idea. Truck stops had CB shops usually attached to them, commo shacks, you know, the guys get their CB radio service. Especially in the early days, was really important because they had crystals, and you know, they had a lot of things. They weren't that reliable. They broke down, you know, being a truck that's heavy duty. So most truck stops you'd have some guy with a CB shack or whatever, and sometimes they'd have them in the terminal themselves. Sometimes it'd be a separate building. So we're going to put a separate building, a small little shack, radio shack. I'll put a big antenna next to it, and that'll be the CB shack. Let's try to get a gander down the lengthways here. And try to get up all the. Basically, right now I'm leaning. Get my hand out of the way here. I'm basically up against the wall right now. I have the camera about 6 inches from the wall to get all this in. So that's 40 feet long. So then, you know, we'll have the other side coming down here. So that's going to fill this room up pretty well. And so this probably, I'm hoping to get this section, I'm hoping to get done by the end of this year. And then start working over there. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the ones that do remember when I got all those building kits and made the molds and that. I'm going to be using a lot of that for this area. And I'm going to customize the buildings to make them look different enough so that there's a variation. You know, change the cornices, stuff like that. But yeah, so we're getting there. I told you guys we're going to things are going to start moving, and they are starting to move, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm thinking I might even have room to put, a couple sections here. And I was thinking about maybe doing a narrow, section just to do the, this side of the street on this street here, Um, I might end up doing that, yeah, who knows. But this will probably, I don't even know. I'm expecting that this will probably take me through next year to finish this. Possibly even a little bit longer, maybe, I'm not sure. But this is probably going to be the most time consuming area, because this is all downtown buildings, so you can see, the density we're talking about, multiple businesses, multiple lighted signs, so you're talking a lot more expense, with a denser building area, basically. Once I get back out into the suburbs again, I can start spreading it out, and I have, the shopping center is going to take an 8-foot section, and then I have like a drive-in I'm planning, and just a lot of other different fun businesses. So stick around. I mean, there's going to be a lot to see. I know I haven't had a lot of videos lately. I'm going to try to keep videos going, but you guys are going to have to be patient and stick around. I'll get stuff up as I can, and as I get things built. And I just don't want to have a video with nothing, just to have a video up, I respect you guys too much for that. Don't want to, I'm not going to make videos just to make videos, so to speak. So here we are. Got a lot to do, and we'll keep you posted on how it goes. So please, in the meantime, please like and subscribe. Comment, and I do read the comments, every last one of them, and I usually respond, sometimes just with thanks, and sometimes if you ask a specific question, I'll answer it. So thanks a lot, everybody, for sticking with me.